Hey, this is Maginoni. Here's another episode of The Good, the Bad, and the Disappointing. First up, the good, and that is Warren Ellis's Karnak. This was by far one of my favorite books of the week for sure. It set a totally different pace than everything else. It's a lot slower, but it's great. The art also is, I think, it just fits the overall tone and mood of what Warren Ellis is trying to do with this. Basically, Karnak is resurrected mysteriously, and I'm glad they reference it in the sense that they know he died, and it's not just a well, Secret Wars fixed him type thing so far at least. So, anyways, he's in charge of this thing called the Tower of Wisdom, and it's almost like a religious cult type thing. And what he does is he's working with Shield and Agent Coulson, and within human matters. And he this is not the same Karnak that from the old Inhuman series. This guy is the way he acts is different. He it's like you just can't go up to him and say, "Hey, how's your day? Isn't it life roses?" That just doesn't fly with him. And he's very, very serious. So basically, what's going on is there's a family that's involved, and then they get their son was affected by the Terrigean Mist, and he's missing. So Shield basically is going to hire him, Karnak, to find the boy, and there's, of course, there has to be a plant that somebody of not of Shield on board, and then he takes them out. But what's really cool about it is, I mean, if you remember Karnak, he always found like the weakness in anything. He hits that one spot, and the spot will cause everything to fall apart. And in this case, he knows, like I said, he knows the guy's not really part of Shield. The guy shoots, and he cuts the bullet in half with his finger, and then he proceeds to torture the guy for more information. And it's just kind of like he touches a part of the body, and that body part is just gone. So I'm really looking forward to seeing Karnak kick some ass. And you know what? I would have loved to see Karnak fight the Hulk, because a really good, like this version of Karnak versus the Hulk, that would be fantastic. Even the Juggernaut too would also be good. But anyways, as I was saying, great episode issue. I don't know how long this is going to stay good, because I have a feeling once they deviate, from this, with new writing team, new artist team, probably it's not going to be the same book. And at the same time, you have to wonder how long can Ellis keep this up. But for right now, fantastic. All right, the bad, and that was Age of Apocalypse #5. Okay, here's some spoilers for you. And I don't think you're going to be too heartbroken that they're when he's spoiling this. Okay, basically they're fighting this guy Nemesis, and he's this, ultra powerful guy. He's like, I'm going to take down Doom. Who's with me? And nobody's with him. So he's pretty much taking out the X-Men. Well, Wolverine takes Jean Grey. They go to Hank McCoy's lab with the help of, like, the White Queen. They go into Jean's brain, literally, summon the Phoenix, and make everything perfect at the end. And I think for me, what really did it was, it's kind of like you have this alternate universe where things are bad, and you can have any type of ending you possibly could go for, because this universe doesn't exist after Secret Wars. I mean, yeah, you can say that at some point you might see another Age of Apocalypse storyline, but this universe, they can always say this one is no longer in existence because of what happened with the Battle Worlds. But it's the way they just, like everybody was happy. Don't worry, Scott. We're gonna take off your glasses. I've removed everybody's mutant genes. Everything's great. Everybody's happy. Villains are killed. Let's just go, like have a picnic. And I'm just like, it just one of these vomit inducing endings that it's like, you know, there's no sense of sacrifice at the end. There's nothing. It just, yeah, you killed some characters along the way, but they were just killed. It's like nobody stepped up to bring down the villain, or for that matter, they didn't side with Nemesis to take down Doom, which could have been interesting in itself. So I just saw this as like, just this disappointing, just utter disappointment. All right, the bad. Oh, sorry, that was the bad. Just really bad. The disappointing book is Superman Wonder Woman number 22, Injustice. Now, the reason why I'm calling this my disappointment book of the week is because Superman's acting like a bitch. It's like, he lost his power, most of his powers, and he basically he tries to fly himself into the sun so this way he can get close enough to the sun to get more power. And then when Wonder Woman goes to save him, he's like, Wonder Woman, I don't love you anymore. And Wonder Woman's like, dude, what the hell are you saying? Are you mad because I used my lasso on your friends? And Superman can't really give the definitive answer that we would want to see. And he's just being such a little punk, and it's like, I guess you can say on one hand it's interesting to see a character who's noble and who's that one person that everybody looks up to, and now he's like this guy who doesn't deserve to have that status any longer. And in my opinion, he doesn't even deserve to have that S on his chest because he's not acting very Superman-like. And he even beats up Flash so he can get that shuttle so he can go to the sun. And it's like, I don't know. To me, it's like, on one hand, it's interesting to see his downfall, but at the other hand, it's just so disappointing to see it. At the same time, it's like you don't want to see him going through all these steps because we all know that eventually he's going to get his powers back and everything is water is under the bridge, except for these two probably won't be in a relationship anymore. They'll move that relationship into different directions. But yeah, I was just not happy with it at all. Anyways, this is my good, bad, disappointing. Let me know what you thought was your bad, your good, your disappointing. We'll have some more reviews later. Like, share, and until next time.